Hey, what's up, guys? How you guys doing? So, today's video we're gonna be talking about BlackBerry, and I'm sure some of you guys probably read the article about it, but for those who didn't read it, I'm gonna try to explain it, sort of. Yeah, this is a prize piece of journalism right here. So, anyways, BlackBerry, if you guys never heard of them, they are very famous for the smartphone with a physical QWERTY keyboard. That's always been their main style. They have ventured off into like full touchscreen devices, but they're very known and very popular for their physical QWERTY keyboard smartphone. And they were doing good, when they first came out. I mean, BlackBerry was like everywhere. I've owned two different Blackberries in my lifetime, and that was when I was using them when I was on Boost Mobile's Push to Talk. They had the Push to Talk Blackberries for Nextel, and I bought a couple and used it on Boost Mobile, so it was pretty cool. Anyways, so the CEO of BlackBerry is making news now, basically trying to get a government bailout, I guess, and claiming that there needs to be some sort of app or net neutrality. And basically what he's saying is that he's saying it's unfair that developers who develop applications for iOS and for Android, that it's not fair that they only develop for those platforms, and that there should be some kind of rule into effect that, say you're a developer and you develop this application that's really cool, or like it's productive, it's one of those tools or whatever. Say you develop an application, let's just put it like that. He wants it to where if you're going to develop this application and you're going to put it on the Google Play Store and on the Apple Market or Apple Store, that you would have to develop this application for BlackBerry's OS. And while some may agree to that, I mean, at the same time, how could you really ask for something like that? Especially, when your own company is sinking. I mean, it's drowning. Just off the rate of customers who have jumped from using BlackBerry to using Android or iOS. And I mean, I don't know. I really can't see where he's going with it. Like, I mean, to justify it, I really can't. Like, if BlackBerry was like super popular and it was beating out the iPhone, and it was beating out devices that run Android, and developers were not wanting to develop for BlackBerry, then I can kind of see that, But BlackBerry hasn't made a dent in the mobile tech world in years. I mean, I'm not saying that they're crappy or they suck or anything like that. It's just it's not appealing to people anymore. And like mass businesses look at BlackBerry and they're like, maybe we should make the jump to another platform and use another type of smartphone as our business phones for our company. And that's what really hurt BlackBerry, was the fact that a lot of corporations had ditched BlackBerry for the iPhone, which came out on top, and or they went to Android. But I mean, Apple got majority of it, because at the time when this happened, the iPhone was on top of things. Android was just coming up on it. So, but yeah, I mean, and then he goes, on the blog that the CEO of BlackBerry, I think his name was John Chen, what he goes on to say is he points out that Apple did not create like an iMessenger for BlackBerry, or their cloud service for BlackBerry. And it's like, this is one of those things where you kind of feel bad that they have to go that low to try to survive in this industry. But then at the same time, it's like, find a leg to stand on and rebuild. I mean, Do I honestly believe that BlackBerry could make a comeback? Absolutely. I believe that BlackBerry could bounce back from a lot of bad, just bad luck, bad karma that they have around them. I really do believe they can bounce back, but they've got to come up with something that is totally different. That's a game changer. Um, Something that catches the eye of consumers, that will say like, "Hey, wow, that's cool," or But I mean, it can't just be like one of those one-hit wonder type features. It's got to be something that is, you know, really gonna catch people into saying like, "I can be more productive with that," and you know, pointing fingers, at Apple and at Google, Microsoft, and all of them, and saying, "Oh, you guys aren't being fair. You aren't not playing nicely," and pointing, fingers at developers, like you guys are discriminating against BlackBerry. You guys only develop for Apple and Google's, platforms, and Microsoft's platforms. Like, that's not fair. I mean, that's just, I don't know. I feel bad for them that they have to go that low, because I would never actually picture BlackBerry doing that. But then at the same time, I mean, like, I don't know. I guess they're at their last thread. So, I mean, where does it go from there? You know. So yeah, whatever you guys think on it, I'd love to know that. Um, and moving on, I mean, I talked about this yesterday, and that's Google actually doing its own wireless service, and there were like tons of ideas being thrown out since this news was actually like broadcasted to the public, and like people started like digging up any type of research they can find on Project Nova, which is what it was called. And then of course, like different news outlets that were trustworthy actually claiming that Google did strike a deal to buy portions of Sprint's network and T-Mobile's network to run as an MVNO. So now people are like, well, I wonder what kind of stuff they're gonna do. And there were some really cool ideas that I wanted to share with you guys that that tons of people were coming up with. Like, if Google did start offering wireless service, it would make sense, because they offer internet service with Google Fiber. So a lot of people think they're going to be successful in this venture. And people were like, well, that'd be actually cool, because then if they did some kind of thing, like how T-Mobile has the where you can lease a phone on through them and make monthly payments along with your monthly bill. They were like, you can get Nexus devices, at a subsidized price, and yeah, that was pretty cool too. I was like, yeah, that actually makes sense. Me personally, I would have gone with the bring your own device, because it's Google, for God's sakes. I mean, they should be able to support anyone's phone. But anyways, there was that, and then another person was talking about it, or posting on the forums and stuff like that, and they were talking about 2 years ago how Deutsche Telekom was trying to pawn off T-Mobile and sell it to AT&T, and then there was a whole scare of T-Mobile being bought by Sprint. So they were like, why not Google just buy out T-Mobile completely, and you would have your own towers, data, and the whole 9 yards. And that's actually not a bad idea, but I mean, who knows where it would go. As for right now, they basically are going to be using Sprint and T-Mobile towers to offer their wireless service, and there's still no pricing yet on how much the prices would be, and there's still no actual date set for when this is going to launch, but the fact that it's going to launch sometime this year. So I'm going to stay on top of that, only because I told my fiance that if Google actually does offer it in our city here in Phoenix, that I would definitely want to capitalize on it and switch and try out their services. So anyways, that's it. So yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts on BlackBerry and their CEO John Chen's blog remarks about app and net neutrality. And also, let me know what you guys think about Project Nova. I would really love to know. And I'll see you guys next time with another vlog video. Thank you guys for watching this one. And don't forget to If you're on Facebook, there's a fan page, follow it, and on Google Plus, there's a community, follow that for extra content that's not put up here on YouTube. You guys can find it over there.